Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports. Yeah, we're doing Forever Football on Forever Sports. You're joining me, myself. My name is Mark, and you're joining me for this match here: Aston Villa versus Manchester United in the Premier League. Of course, it's live from Villa Park. It gets going in just about 9 minutes' time, and I'm really keen to see what United can do. They've been building up a little bit of form. A very rare bit of form that we've seen in this season so far. Can they show it off against Aston Villa, who are having a hell of a season? Obviously, right near the top there. Aston Villa currently in the table position now, having been tossed out by Tottenham Hotspur by 1 point because they played one more game. But if Aston Villa should go on to at least So I think I just dropped off there for 2 seconds. I'm hoping that I'm back, and I'm hoping that you guys can all see me, of course. So, very exciting game coming up. Yeah, I mean, we just watched the Arsenal and West Ham 6-0. Arsenal managed to beat West Ham, a complete obliteration of the London side in that London derby, and it's just really going to be something to follow on for these two teams here at Villa Park. But to be fair, probably one of the biggest games of the weekend, if not the biggest game. Man United versus Aston Villa. Fifth versus sixth. Aston Villa, if they do win, should go comfortably back into fourth position in the Champions League places. Man United's team, of course, if I go through it again, it's Andre Onana in the back there. We've got Maguire and Varane at centre back. We then have Diogo Dalot and Luke Shaw on either side. The fullbacks, we've got Bruno Fernandes, Kobbie Mainoo, and Casemiro in midfield. Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho on either side of Rasmus Højlund, who's sitting up top. The bench, though, for Manchester United does see Sofyan Amrabat join back onto the bench after his outing, his very short outing in the AFCON tournament. Christian Eriksen's there, Scott McTominay is there, Omari Forson, the youngsters there, Altay Bayindir, the substitute goalkeeper, Amad Diallo, Anthony, Victor Lindelof, and Johnny Evans as well, amongst all of those substitutes for Manchester United. So let's see what we could expect today. I mean, let me know in the comments as well. I mean, how many goals do you think you're going to see today? I think we could see quite a few. I'm reckoning, I mean, if I have to do a guess as to how many goals we could see, 4 or 5 goals. I reckon it'll be quite a high scoring match. I think these two teams very much would, they're both quite attacking teams. They're quite open near the back there. Aston Villa do score lots of goals, as we have seen. So I'm very keen to see how many goals can be scored here. Ram Bakshi here is joining us from Singapore. Great to have you here. Who are you supporting? And let me know in the comments. As well as that poll that we've got running, who are you backing today? We've got Man United with 71% of the votes, Aston Villa with 29%, and a draw with nothing. So nobody thinks it's going to be a draw. Everyone reckons we're going to have something happen out there. Alex Ferguson is in attendance, so are all the United away fans in their away stand here at Villa Park. The weather's looking very, very nice. It's quite relatively sunny. It's quite a nice day otherwise, as the flamethrowers are going for it. Aston Villa and Man United make their way out. Man United try and keep it going as we do. And so do not leave anywhere. Of course, we're going to keep this game coming to you. Now, both teams have finished there. United in their white top and their red shorts. Quite an interesting one. Aston Villa, of course, in their famous claret colours, their claret and blue, I think it is, in Villa Park here. Lots of teams obviously sport that colour shirt. West Ham being one of them, Aston Villa being another. And there's a few other teams, of course. Those two more famously for it. So I'm keen to see whether United can start with somewhat of a decent pace. We tend to start games quite slowly. And if we do start with pace, it's very rare that we actually manage to score or capitalize upon that pace. So it needs a big start here, United, because if they can get a good hold of the game early on, get a goal in the first 10, 15 minutes, Villa will have it all to do, because I think they're starting to feel a little bit nervous. They're starting to get towards the business end of the season. We're in the second half, almost into the last quarter in a few games' time, and they're still right up there near the Champions League places. They've not been there for many years, and I think that's somewhere and something that might scare them a little bit in terms of can they hold it up there? They might get a little bit nervous. That's what United need to capitalize on. Eric Ten Hag says that every single game from now until the end of the season is going to be like a final. So it's quite important that United also rock up, because they can't afford to lose points here. So both teams cannot really afford to lose points. It's going to be a crucial game as we're about to get kickoff here. BITDEFENDER will be kicking off for Man United, who are playing from the right to the left. And kickoff has happened. There we go. Casemiro with the ball, passed off to Luke Shaw at the back here, and United just playing along the back here. For this game here in the Premier League, the Sunday game, the feature game of this weekend, Aston Villa versus Manchester United. And immediately, Man United are inviting pressure upon them, just passing the ball around the back there. Harry Maguire now with the ball. Very casual. Villa very early on not looking to try and press United. Seemingly just holding a relatively, it's a high line defensively, but their attackers are willing to let Harry Maguire pass the ball out behind, trying to see if that run's being made by Marcus Rashford. It's a poor ball by Harry Maguire, rather. Marcus Rashford tries to put a little bit of defense on him, but Harry Maguire's ball doesn't really work for United. Casemiro tries to keep the ball in play after the ball was hit up and unable to do so. It's actually fairly poor ball control from him. So Leon Bailey's got the ball in his hands, passes it out to his fellow compatriot, and Aston Villa's got a throw on the halfway line. So Aston Villa now with their first piece of the ball for the day. And a very, very slow start to the game, actually. I thought it'd be a lot more fiery than this, but a very slow start to the game. So I'm hoping that it'll pick up as we go along. But yes, again, guys, I'm hoping that you guys are all joining me in good spirits. Let me know who you're following, who you're supporting in this game as well. Of course, I'm supporting United, so we'll see what happens here. United pressing relatively high up on the Aston Villa there, but Aston Villa doing very well to get out of danger. And now trying to play the ball up through the wing here, and they've got a little bit of space. I think this is Ramsey now with the ball. He's getting chased, though, brilliantly by Diogo Dalot, who shepherds the ball out of play. And it's a great challenge from him to stop any sort of attack happening for Aston Villa. Been playing out of his socks this season, has Ramsey. Villa now trying to threaten United's box. They're playing it in and around the edge of it, of course. And let's see how United seem to want to defend against them. They're also not really pressing them that hard. Aston Villa finding it relatively comfortable to pass balls around inside United's half. Bruno putting a little bit of a press there. United now being fouled out a little bit. Casemiro seeing the ball, makes a good challenge, then gets fouled, wins the free kick for Man United. Deep in their own territory. Andre Onana, I'm sure, will take this ball and hit it further upfield. Casemiro, I think it's a big game for him because he still looks a little bit slow since he's come back from his injury. I mean, Casemiro is quite famously known for how good he is defensively, cover-wise, and in terms of his ability to intercept and organize defensively. But he's been looking a little slow and a little found out in the Premier League recently, so hopefully that'll be fixed quite quickly. Andre Onana does shepherd the ball right up towards Marcus Rashford, completely misses him. Aston Villa also missed the ball and goes out for a throw for Aston Villa in their own half. Harry Maguire goes up, but I think Villa, if they're not careful, there you go. Man United eventually shepherd the ball away through Harry Maguire, just hoofs it up there. Alejandro Garnacho trying to do some defensive work, gets dummied quite badly there. And here come Aston Villa. Ramsey in the midfield there. He's trying to get past Casemiro. Doesn't find a way past, just has to find his fellow Aston Villa player behind him. Kobe Manu then cleans up there from a tackle. Tries to find Højlund, who does find Højlund. Højlund, though, cannot escape the Aston Villa press, and Aston Villa win the ball back. So, Man United struggling to get a few passes together here so far. Only 3 minutes in, of course. So, I mean, let me know what you make of Man United's season so far. I mean, is it a terrible, terrible season? Is it lost all hope? I mean, so much has happened to United this season. We've had the Ineos deal eventually go through. We had all the apprehensiveness and otherwise going into it in this entire season until that deal was done. We had potential Qatar owners, we had potential other owners. It's been all over the place in terms of what could happen for Man United. And eventually Ineos does get the deal done. Jim Ratcliffe, of course, getting involved. And I think for the most part, most United fans, genuine United fans, are quite happy. I'm chuffed that Jim Ratcliffe's involved because it's a United fan. It's a genuine United fan who's been a United fan for many, many seasons. He's English. which I know it shouldn't be a thing, but it does help a little bit because I think recently we've seen football starting to lose its essence of what makes it, a British sport. Otherwise, it shouldn't have to be. We've got some very good owners that aren't British and otherwise for other British clubs, but I think United needs a little bit of home soil, especially after the last few years or the last decade and a bit of Glazer rule, which has been very much not welcomed by most people across the world, not enjoying the American owners. Very business uh, approach to it rather than football. So I think it'll be good to see a British owner, a new bunch of owners in. Of course, they're not outright owners still. They've only got a 25% stake in the club, but the idea is that they would then buy out the Glazers over time. So it'll be a deal that'll take a few years to happen. But Man United now playing out of the half, trying to find Højlund. I think he's well offside here, though. Indeed, he is flagged offside. Højlund cannot make use of that ball from Bruno Fernandes from within his own half. But as I say, I mean, are you guys happy? Or, even if you're not a United fan, do you think it'll be a good thing for United to have Ineos and Jim Ratcliffe involved? I mean, they've completely overhauled the structures near the top there. I mean, we've seen some big names get spoken about and appointed, in terms of United's hierarchy and structural setup. So there's lots of changes, I'm sure, to be seen soon. But there's also some other decisions and changes that are being made from the club in terms of other positions, like Facundo Pelistri. Lots of people like him. He was sent out on loan, another loan in January, which seems to suggest that he's not favoured to make the first team or otherwise play for United too long because it's a second loan. And a lot of people weren't very happy about it. I mean, I don't know what your guys' thoughts are. I was upset, but I can understand why because Ten Hag hasn't been playing him enough because he seems to prefer Anthony. I don't prefer Anthony. I prefer Pelistri get given a chance. But I think Alejandro Garnacho, of course, is now these days firmly solidified his spot as a right wing, or at least the right wing for Man United. He does seem to do better off the left, but he's found himself some form in the right as well. So if you've got somebody in form on both sides, you may as well. You've got Marcus Rashford, who's eventually found his goal scoring shoes for the season, as he is now almost trying to get in there, but he's found offsides, unfortunately. So not able to make use of that little trickery piece of play they did to get into the box. As we are 7 minutes in. Unai Emery looks a little bit concerned, but he always does. So not too surprising. So Villa with the ball, of course, now. Emiliano Martinez is controlling there. Bruno Fernandes trying to put a little bit of pressure there. United not pressing, again, that hard. I suppose just letting Villa try and make their passes and see if they can split it in the next phase of play, which they do indeed. So I suppose for now, for United, it's working copy Miney doing brilliantly there to win that ball back with Alejandro Garnacho's help. And Man United now have the ball in their half. Rafael Varane with the ball. Again, he's not getting any pressure. He's got all the time in the world to make his decision. It's just choosing one way, going a different way. Eventually makes a pass, passes out to his back there. Luke Shaw tries to find the ball forward for Højlund, but brilliantly done. Aston Villa do come away with the ball. And they've got a little bit of space here now. Man United quickly caught up. Right, apologies about that. Just trying to sort out the issues. I think we are back now as Luke Shaw puts a ball, dangerous ball in, to find Garnacho near the back there, but unable to find him. That does get uh, cleared away by Aston Villa for a corner, the first corner of the game for Manchester United here. So Harry Maguire's in the box here, getting ready to try and pounce upon something. Rafael Varane, and I'm sure more importantly, Casemiro will be looking to see if they can get on the end of some cross from the wing here. I'm sure we'll see Bruno Fernandes with the ball in hand, or perhaps Luke Shaw. It'll most likely be Bruno Fernandes, though. An outswinger it is indeed by Bruno. He puts the ball in. It's a good ball. It finds Maguire, and that's a terrible header from Harry Maguire after finding the ball on his head. Goes well over the post and not endangering the Aston Villa goal in the slightest. So disappointing for Man United. They could have. Dear. So, first 11 minutes gone by. I think both teams are still just trying to find their feet in this game. It's been a quite a messy start so far. Højlund gets this little slip there. Crowd notices that as well. Bruno Fernandes, of course, as he always does, just sort of pestering around the top there in terms of his defensive line. Højlund now pouncing, seeing if he can try and get in the end of something here. So does Alejandro Garnacho, but Villa doing well so far to try and exit. Alejandro Garnacho might pounce upon that, though, and there you go. Højlund wins it back brilliantly for Bruno. No, it's Højlund, and he gets blocked. Oh, my word. Man United with a glorious opportunity they afforded to them by a mistake from Aston Villa. Højlund manages to pounce upon a loose ball there in the Aston Villa box and does brilliantly. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible ball back from, and he's onside too. Bruno Fernandes plays it into Højlund. Højlund can't get his feet under control, can't get the ball down, and then blocked right on the shot. And Man United will have to settle four corners. Luke Shaw's going to put it in, and then outswinger again, and trying to find it there. Somebody's from down in the box. Harry Maguire wins the header back, and Marcus Rashford trying to see if he can get to the edge of that. Maguire does. No, Marcus Rashford does. Now Bruno Fernandes with the ball. He puts the cross into the back there for Alejandro Garnacho. It's not going to reach him, though. And Kobe Mainoo now clears up for him. Sees he gets the ball to Alejandro Garnacho. He dribbles through one. Dribbles past another. Can he shoot? He shoots. And it's going to go just to the left of the post. Almost a great piece of play there by Alejandro Garnacho. And I think people were concerned a little bit. But Man United now starting to attack this Villa goal and starting to show a little bit of threat in this game. But Man United looking a lot better now. So is that early signs to say that Man United might well be up for this game? A little bit more than Villa. Villa looking a little bit shaky now at the back there. Man United, I think, noticeably. Although, having said this now, John McGinn finds space here for Jacob Ramsey, who's got to come forward. He's got two. He finds one. Brilliant defense again by Diogo Dalot, who's found his defensive boots recently. You know, it's always been a criticism I've had of him. It's consistently happening here. Just seeming to be having some connection issues and otherwise, but I'll try and keep going as we get going. So it's starting to irritate me a little bit, but nonetheless, I'll commentate as and when I can and when I see that the signal is working. A great ball in for Bruno Fernandes. Finds Harry Maguire, finds Højlund, but I think he's well offsides. Although it's not been given so far. So for now, Man United have a goal. Højlund once again. It's Maguire who managed to win the ball there in the corner, and nobody was marking Højlund. And he finds himself a goal. VAR, I'm sure, looking at this, he suddenly found himself completely unmarked in the middle of the box. Great goal for Højlund. Is it going to stand, though? I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure VAR is looking at this. Everybody was gobsmacked. I don't think anybody thought it would be a goal, but so far it's been given. It's one. All right, you're up. And Right, are we actually finally back? I think we are. Such a mission. But we're back eventually. Uh, so we're going to do this one more time. We're going to see if this works now. I think we are finally going to be working. I've managed to get myself a cable to connect because for some reason the Wi-Fi keeps dropping here. Hopefully we're back. Connection issues hopefully gone. So you can stick around. Don't leave, please. As Man United, I say, find themselves 1-0 up. A bizarre circumstance from a corner there. Harry Maguire wins the header, puts it straight back into the middle there, and nobody's watching Rasmus Højlund, who manages to stay on side as a result of Ollie Watkins staying back a little bit. And, puts the ball right in the back of the net, easy as you like. Man United 1-0 at Villa Park, 22 minutes past the start of the time of the clock. So, Man United find themselves in the driving seat now here, away from home. And can they keep this going up? Man United, of course, have been known to concede and to fall asleep after going ahead in many games this season. So can they finally wake up from this? Of course, the last game was very, very good. Can they keep that momentum up and actually, hold on to the lead the whole way through the game? Aston Villa coming forward. Oh, my word. What a save by Andre Onana there. Alex McGinn came from nowhere. Managed to get a bit of space there. Onana goes and plays Manuel Neuer out. Plays it out with his head. Aston Villa, meanwhile, have taken the corner quickly. Let's see if they can do anything from this. It's a good ball in. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Man United just coming under the cosh a little bit after since scoring. So, my word. Lenglet there with the attempted header. He completely misses, though. Just watching that replay, though. Andrew not playing Manuel Neuer there, goes and heads the ball out. Gets the ball back, does Watkins, plays it into John McGinn and finds himself in acres of space on his left foot, shoots it hard and high. And Andrew Onana manages to get that ball away. He should make that save, but it is a good save in the end nonetheless. It was coming at him with quite some speed. Man United now, again, just losing the ball, just losing those 50-50 challenges and just not being as aggressive as they were. Aston Villa with 3 here. Oh, my word. Great save by Andre Onana. Fantastic save. Diogo Dalot tried to go and cover him off, but Andre Onana comes forward, makes a fantastic save. Meanwhile, Alejandro Garnacho tries to find Højlund down the middle, but unable to do so. Man United need to calm down here. They've lost their heads completely. They need to slow down. But I think the game is going to slow down here because we've got somebody down and back play for injury, so that's going to help United. It is Andre Onana. I think basically he's just trying to, as the commentators say, take the sting out of the game because Man United suddenly, since scoring that goal, have just come under all pressure from Aston Villa. Look at this, just making all these overlapping runs, nobody tracking any of them. Ollie Watkins finds himself in acres of space. Eventually, brilliantly done by Andre Onana to get forward and just stop any sort of threat on the goal. Actually, great goalkeeping, and I must be honest, that is fantastic goalkeeping. Gets off his line nice and quick, makes the save. Great goalkeeping. It's great goalkeeping, that. And of course, we've now stopped the game because Andre Onana did go into Diogo Dalot as a result of that save. So hopefully he's absolutely fine. I'm sure he's fine. And we're going to have to see if Man United can hold on. Yeah, Højlund with the goal right now. But United under the cosh. Just watching a replay here of Marcus Rashford win that free kick that eventually led to the corner, which then led to the goal. I mean, it's a weird thing to go all the way back. There was very little in it. And then we're also seeing Casemiro's offsides for the ball that he tries to go for, but Varane isn't. They then win the corner. Was it actually off an Aston Villa player? Yes, it was. And then Maguire wins the header from that corner, puts it into Højlund's feet, one touch straight into the bottom of the net. And Man United go to the lead of this game. I mean, bizarre circumstance, but you know what? United need a bit of luck every now and then. They need a bit of luck. So Andre Onana is up. He's getting ready to get going again. The game is getting ready to get going again as well. And United so far survived the onslaught from Aston Villa, but they need to find their feet again because they do this so many times this season where it's just they go into the lead, and the moment they go into the lead, suddenly it's like now we forget how to defend, we forget how to hold on to the ball, and now it's just permanently getting attacked and attacked again by the opposition defense. So Aston Villa now with the ball, they restart. Emiliano Martinez passes it out. Aston Villa roaring on their team to go forward. And Yeah, I mean, Aston Villa, why wouldn't they? Possession of the last 10, 70% versus Man United's only 30%. This left-hand side for Aston Villa is looking so strong as they now find again. Jacob Ramsey tries to find the far post, can't find it though. Man United looking so open in midfield right now. Unbelievable. Not doing enough there as Alejandro Garnacho, and Dalot also just cannot seem to cope right now with this onslaught from Aston Villa on the left-hand side. They're just finding all the space known to mankind there. Really need to sort themselves out. But Man United now find themselves in a position where they can counter themselves. Bruno Fernandes finds the ball, passes it off to Kobe Mainu, who finds Alejandro Garnacho. He gets fouled as Kobe Mainu. Alejandro Garnacho comes back to the midfield, probably intelligently. Bruno Fernandes also has a big turn. He passes to his back line. Man United are just trying to settle in again now. Probably the best decision rather than trying to counter. Alejandro Garnacho now with the ball. Passes it back to Diogo Dalot. He's in his own half. Passes off to Varane. So Man United just calming things down a little bit, trying to see if they can get a bit more of a grip on this game since going into the lead. So Rafael Varane just still on the ball here, finds Marcus Rashford, who's come back to help. He's not put the most kind ball in as Marcus Rashford, but he's tried to now pass the ball out. Bruno Fernandes is possibly going to win this. No, he doesn't in the end. But he was trying to get there, made himself a bit of a nuisance. Højlund now trying to press the Aston Villa counter. Diogo Dalot intercepts the ball out and passes through to his backline again. Man United start again. It's Maguire passes through to Casemiro. There's a little bit of pressure on him. Passes a relatively poor ball back to Luke Shaw, who has to find Andre Onana in his own goal post there. Passes it back to Luke Shaw now in his own corner here. Luke Shaw exits out to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, heavy touch. Passes it back to Luke Shaw, though. Luke Shaw passes through to Casemiro, who has to eventually get there, and he loses the ball, but a foul on him. So Man United win the foul there. Aston Villa were pressing very well, but in the end, Man United do win the free kick, so they get away with it. As I say, Casemiro's still looking a little bit slow since he's come back from his injury, if I must be honest. Looking a little bit slow, he's looking a little bit sluggish. He's a fantastic player. I mean, I love him, but he's just not keeping up with the pace sometimes, and that's where Man United often get caught out. The midfield just can't keep up for some reason. So, let's see what can happen here. Maguire does take the free kick, passes it off to Varane. We're almost half an hour into this game. Man United, I wouldn't say looking comfortable for their lead. I would certainly say, though, are good for their lead, but not comfortable. I think they deserve their goal. I think Aston Villa have threatened enough to potentially get their own, but not quite just yet. Man United now trying to come forward themselves. They're finding a little bit more of a foothold again. Bruno Fernandes finds the ball out to Diogo Dalot, who's surely going to look for the cross here. He passes it back to Bruno. Bruno now with his own cross. No, Diogo Dalot. He's got lots of space. Puts in a good ball, and Højlund just can't get there. It was like a flying fish a little bit. It's very weird. No arms involved. Just sort of leaned his whole body towards the ball. A great challenge by Casemiro to win the ball back there on the halfway line, but Aston Villa get it back and pass it through to the back line here. And now Aston Villa, can they come forward? You're finding so much space on this left-hand side, and once again, Alejandro Garnacho and Diogo Dalot are going to be under pressure here, and once again, the ball just gets through, and Casemiro plays the ball through to, and on the floor, Diogo Dalot, who basically just punts it back to him, saying, no, it's your ball, mate. No, don't give it to me now. Pointless. Stupidity. I mean, Man United, it's just weird. They cannot seem to get a foothold in the middle of the park. It's only win the ball back right on our goal line or otherwise try to threaten their goal. But in the middle, we just don't have control. And I know that comes down to a system, and I know the system that Man United play don't really suit that sort of control in midfield. But it still bugs me because it leaves you so open to the attack from the opposition, which is done so far, because you can thread passes through the midfield and then people find themselves out of space. Brilliantly won there by Kobe Mainu in the midfield there. Now comes to Varane. He's trying to find Garnacho. The ball does eventually get out to him. He's coming now into the box from the outside. He turns, he puts a cross in, but nobody's on the end of it. Wasn't the best cross, if I'm honest. And eventually the ball is seen away by Matty Cash, and Luke Shaw is going to let Maguire take the ball now in his own half here. See if he can clean up. Maguire finds the ball through to Casemiro, who finds Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw possibly looking for the cross here, trying to see if he can find Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford with a bit of space on the left-hand side here. He's going to go towards it himself. Now he finds Casemiro. Casemiro can't get the pass away. Aston Villa win the ball back. And they try to look long straight away. Varane's going to have to do something. Andre Onana eventually clears up for them. Wasn't the greatest clearance of Morris, but a clearance is a clearance. You can't complain too much. It's out, it's controlled, so Man United get away with that. Ollie Watkins is finding himself a lot of space. So is Jacob Ramsey. Those two looking very dangerous so far. John McGinn with a couple of shots as well. But I think it's Ollie Watkins and Jacob Ramsey you've got to really watch out for right now in this Aston Villa team because they are finding so much space, especially down the left. And I think the counter is definitely on for Aston Villa. I mean, yes, Varane's quick, but he's not as quick as he used to be. And we know how slow Maguire is. So, and with Man United with inverted fullbacks, of course, in the attack, it leaves us very open to the counter attack. So, got to be careful here. Great ball is farmed through to Watkins. Eventually, the ball is won, though, by Maguire and Casemiro between the two of them. Casemiro now has to try and get back again because Man United lose the ball in the outfield there. And poor cross there, ending Aston Villa's attack there by Leon Bailey, who's not really been in the game so far. It's about the only player I can say for Aston Villa in the attack who's not really looked in the same breath, I suppose, as the other two. I mean, Ollie Watkins, Jacob Ramsey finding so much space. Leon Bailey barely on the ball. The right-hand side looking relatively comfortable for United. But that is Luke Shaw's side. And we just know how world-class Luke Shaw is. Probably, for me, Man United's got two world-class players. Like two genuine world-class players who would make it into almost every team in the world. It's Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw. After that, it's a question mark these days. Marcus Rashford has the ability, of course, to do so. I think Højlund will become a world-class player. I think Kobbie Mainoo as well. There's lots of players I can say so. Varane and Casemiro were world-class. They still got that class, but they're just not able to keep up sometimes, I think, these days. There are a few more people joining us on the stream. Great to see you guys here. Be sure to let me know where you're watching from. Who are you supporting as well? What do you make of the lead so far? Man United 1-0 here. Højlund once again with that goal. I mean, are you chuffed with that? Is that Man United looking strong for the lead right now, or they're going to come under threat as Aston Villa does now come forward? Højlund makes, I think, more or less a deliberate foul, but they're going to continue on here. And indeed, the ball eventually goes down. And the referee says play on, so Højlund gets the ball away. Now Bruno Fernandes has got so much space ahead of him. He's got Marcus Rashford running down the left. It's a bit of a poor ball. He has to wait for this Marcus Rashford. Now, he's still got four players with him up front here, and Aston Villa still taking a while. And let's play through to Højlund, who wins. No, he just goes down too easily right on the edge of the box there. So Man United don't get their own attack underway. So they could have countered better. And unfortunately, it ends in nothing. Aston Villa now with the ball just in front of their own box. Man United just waiting to see if they can do anything. But I think the counter-attack for both teams is certainly on. Very, very much on. So I think later on in the game when there's some tired legs, you might see a few more goals go in. I did say this would be about a 4 to 5 goal thriller. I reckon this is going to be lots of goals. We've only seen one so far, but nonetheless, one already in 35 minutes. I'm sure we'll see another one before the half. And then in the second half, a few more goals, I'm sure, as each team will try to look for the win here. Aston Villa, if they do go on to win this game somehow, they will move into fourth position, into the Champions League spots. Man United will get even closer to Aston Villa in fifth place should they win the game. Aston Villa in fifth, Man United in sixth. It is a Europa League currently clash. As Aston Villa find a lot of space there, but blocked out brilliantly by Harry Maguire. Alejandro Garnacho plays the ball back, wins the foul for himself. Just on the edge of his own box. It's a little bit dangerous there by Man United. I think Villa are just threading these passes through. Just completely bypassing Man United's midfield the whole time. Just seeing this pass here again. You can just see straight through. Just not watching it, Diogo Dalot there. Just losing his man completely. And yeah, I mean, Man United's defense is still a little bit shaky. It's improving, but it's shaky. Dalot now on the ball. Tries to find a midfield player. Can't get it there. It's a poor touch, though, by coming forward again. Sorry, I was going to say it's a poor touch by Ollie Watkins, but it wasn't. Here comes Jacob Ramsey, who's been proving a nuisance so far. He finds Ollie Watkins on the edge of the box. Luiz tries to throw the ball through the middle, does Bailey actually, and yeah, doesn't end in success for Aston Villa. But they're looking very threatening, Aston Villa. I think Man United need to be very careful. I think the second goal for Man United would really come as a pleasant I suppose, situation for them because they need something to calm this game down because Aston Villa are very much up to it. Not too far away from the halfway point now, just about 10 minutes out. Luke Shaw finds Bruno Fernandes, who tries to see for Marcus Rashford, can't get it through to him, passes it back to Varane, who's in lots of space, who finds Dalot, who again has got lots of space himself. Threaded very quickly, he has Man United. Copenhagen providing an option there for his fullback, but goes back to Varane. And now Maguire pretty much in the middle of the field. He tries to find a threading ball out to Marcus Rashford. It's not going to get anywhere near him. A heavy touch though by Aston Villa, but Matty Cash comes forward. He's going to try and find Leon Bailey. He misses one. It's a foul. Oh, Casemiro says it's not a foul. Casemiro's going to get a yellow card for this. He's been protesting before even the foul was caught, saying he didn't touch him, and it's a yellow card. Casemiro's losing his mind. Absolutely losing his mind. VAR's looking at this. So let's see if he doesn't touch him. It's a complete dive by Matty Cash, and that's why Casemiro makes the reaction he does, because he doesn't touch him. Doesn't even touch him. Doesn't touch him, and Casemiro gets a stupid yellow card by the referee. Doesn't even make the foul. You know, it's such a. I mean, the refs have a thing out for Casemiro. The moment Casemiro makes a foul, it's like an immediate yellow card. Marcus Rashford, meanwhile, is trying to drive himself into the box, and Man United almost getting some form of success there. And Bruno Fernandes kicks the ball away, and I think he might see yellow for that. Man United need to just hold on to their heads here. Varane makes a very tactical foul on Ollie Watkins. Yeah, I mean, the referee's had a bit of a mare there in the last 2 minutes there. Varane should have got a yellow there. Casemiro gets a yellow, doesn't even touch him. Varane makes a very deliberate foul, which is a yellow card offence, not a yellow card, and Bruno Fernandes kicks the ball away. Refs having a mare. Refs absolutely having a mare. John McGinn's chasing this down hard. Onana's going to have to try and do something with it. Does eventually kick the ball. It does go out just more or less in the halfway line. But, I mean, for things like that, I've always wondered whether or not VAR should get involved for yellow card instances as well. Because yellow card instances make a huge impact in the game as well. Red cards, yes, but yellow cards just as much. Casemiro makes a very dangerous challenge, which is a yellow cardable offence now for the rest of the game. It's a red card. Even though the first yellow is not a yellow, it's a red card now because the second one is. But we don't look at it because VAR only looks at red cards penalties. So that needs to be looked at. I mean, I don't think it needs to be immediately like, oh, we need to have a whole big video answer to wait hours on end for it to make a decision. But I do think halfway through the game, or at least you can have in the back, like rugby does. Rugby's very clever like that. Rugby says, here's a yellow card, we're going to have a look at the incident, we're going to see whether or not it's worth more, or whether it's not. And the TV official makes the decision. Says, you know what, it's not a yellow card, or it's not a red card, we'll go backwards and say, no, it's not. So you can rescind things. So that's what should happen. That's what should happen in football. It should be, Casemiro gets a yellow card there, it's obviously not a yellow card. Ref gets called later on by his VAR assistant. Listen, you need to rescind your yellow card for Casemiro when you get the chance. Next break, the player goes and says, not a yellow card for you, that's gone. And then you carry on because nobody would complain about it. And they'd say, you know what, yes, it was a stupid foul. It wasn't a foul in the first place, but at least it's not resulted in anything after that. Just stupid little things that football needs to put in. Aston Villa once again diving. Luke Shaw takes the ball out, passes through to to Rasmus Højlund, who finds Diogo Dalot. Can Dalot get past the player? He does. Højlund now tries to see if he can get through. He's got a little bit of space himself. He's running towards the centre. And he tries to get a ball away, but it's not going to. But he does somehow win a corner for Man United out of nowhere. So it does well there as Højlund. Garnacho was unable to be found from his fellow United player. And I think Ten Hag, they're having some words with the referee. Maguire also is having some serious words with the referee, saying, how on earth can you give certain things and then say there's more dives going in? I think that's what he's saying. I think lots of words being made to the ref. I think the ref has realised how stupid he's been in the last few minutes here. I think lots of words being had to him about dives from Aston Villa, and I think yellow cards being given for things that shouldn't have been yellow cards. So Maguire, to be fair, doing what a captain should do, not that he is the captain anymore, and trying the exact same thing again on Man United with Maguire. Højlund trying to get away, but Højlund this time was offside, so the ref calls it, and it'll go back to Emiliano Martinez for him to kick it out. It's an interesting corner tactic. We've not seen corner tactics at all from Man United this season, but it's an interesting corner tactic we've got here from them. And we've seen the fact that, Man United are employing this idea of putting all their big players, their header winners, right in the back. They're floating it towards them, and they just push the ball right back into a dangerous position for one of their goal scorers, Højlund or Garnacho or otherwise, to get on the end of it. It's a very interesting tactic, and it's worked for the first goal, and it's starting to look like it will work again for a second. So interesting to see actual tactics being employed by United in the corners, because we know how terrible United are in corners. One of the worst teams when it comes to corners. Aston Villa cheaply give the ball away, and a ball from Kobe Minor tries to find Bruno Fernandes, but well defended in the end by Aston Villa. We find the wing again on the left here, and Garnacho is a little bit out of position. Here comes, I think it's Lenglet. No, it's Moreno, in fact. And oh dear, it comes to John McGinn, but managed to get the ball away to Man United slightly, although not quite. Leon Bailey tries to come forward, but Andre Onana eventually clears up for Man United. A bit messy there. A little bit messy as we're heading towards half-time. Can Man United get to half-time 1-0 up, or is it going to end in a little bit of heartbreak for United right near the end? So, after the first half, of course. Andre Onana eventually does well. He's played well so far as Onana, and he passes the ball out to Maguire in his own box. Maguire shepherds the ball back to Onana. Not the best ball back to him. Onana has to kick the ball straight out. Really not the best piece of play by Maguire. Not very happy with the team there, Onana, but it wasn't actually Lele Maguire. I think everybody else was not making enough space. Bruno Fernandes tries to get the ball out. Kobe Minor wins the header, passes it back to Bruno, who then finds Casemiro, who finds Marcus Rashford on the wing. Marcus Rashford tries to stupidly get past Leon Bailey and just loses the ball himself. The ball there by Leon Bailey still being won. That's great play by Leon Bailey here. And, oh, that's a bad foul by Bruno Fernandes. Is it going to be a yellow? It was a poor foul by Bruno Fernandes there in the end. Leon Bailey does brilliantly to win the foul. Man United just could not touch him. Bruno Fernandes protesting all he likes, but this is a poor foul by him. Leon Bailey does brilliantly to skip past, not 1, 2, or 3, but 4 United players. Shepherds the ball past. Bruno Fernandes sort of gets a little bit of the ball. I think that's why he doesn't get a yellow card, but he does go through the player. So, no studs up, though. So, yeah, it is just a foul, I think. So, good decision from the ref. But Aston Villa do have a very threatening free kick right on the stroke of half-time now. John McGinn's over it, of course, captain. They've looked threatening every single time they've got into the United box at Aston Villa. So, can Man United hold out till half-time here? Or are we going to see once again Man United concede? A very interesting tactic being employed by Aston Villa. Yeah, they've got 2 players right on Onana just to try and make a nuisance of them. So Onana's just going to have to be careful here. They're going to come back now, and he's going to shoot, does John McGinn. But takes it out for a corner, does Andre Onana. But nonetheless, snuffs out what was the danger there. Interesting tactic by Aston Villa. Just make Andre Onana go further and further away from his goal just for John McGinn to basically have a shot on this far left. Does see it, though, Andre Onana, quite early, so luckily he doesn't get caught out by what could have been very embarrassing. John McGinn once again over the ball for the corner now. Ball goes in. It goes towards the back post. It was threatening, but great defence there from Harry Maguire. He puts the ball out. He does take a blow to the back of his head there. I think he's a little bit sore, but he should be fine. It's going to be another corner to Aston Villa, but it's going to be from the other side this time. There's 4 minutes at a time, so quite a bit of time for Man United to have to try and defend against Aston Villa for. The ball's going to be put in, goes in. It's a good cross again, once again, but Ron, strong header out. My word, it goes all the way out pretty much to the halfway line. Has to find Emiliano Martinez, does the defender there. Alejandro Garnacho can't get anywhere near the ball. Goes all the way out. Ooh, foul, possibly, not a foul. Kobe Minor trying to clear up. Kobe Minor does clean up, and can he find a good pass? Great ball there from Kobe Minor, but can't find Marcus Rashford. Does Varane, I think it's Bruno, in fact. Probably Minor is playing very well so far, though. Marcus Rashford not having as much joy so far. Not having joy, though. I mean, he's got past a few players. Looks a little bit threatening, but hasn't really had a proper shot on target or a clean breakthrough. Bruno Fernandes is now getting warned about time, I think, or at least being warned about having too many words with the ref. And Andrew Garnacho tried to take advantage of a ball played back to Emiliano Martinez. Is not able to do so, but does force a poor ball from him. Casemiro wins the header, but can't find it further than that. Casemiro trying to see if he can win the ball further up the field again. Unable to do so. So, Aston Villa clean at the back here, and Emiliano Martinez starts an attack for Aston Villa in these last couple of minutes for this first half. once again, as it has been the entire half, Aston Villa, down the left-hand side. Matty Cash now on the ball on the right. Leon Bailey trying to get into the game. He's going to go around the outside, but a poor ball by Matty Cash gets cleaned up by Harry Maguire. He has to try and get the ball past Leon Bailey. He does, but it goes straight to Matty Cash, who finds John McGinn. Back to Matty Cash. And Kobe Minor cleans up for them. Casemiro is too slow on the ball. Comes back to John McGinn, who's trying to find the left. It's looking a little open here for Man United. Diogo Dalot goes there. Shepherds the ball out. Biggest dive again from Aston Villa. Lots of dives being had here. I think words should be had to the VAR will have a look. This is the biggest nonsense. Tiny bit of contact in the box by Diogo Dalot, but definitely nowhere near a penalty. Nowhere near a foul. You need to stay on your feet there a bit stronger. So Man United will kick the ball towards Aston Villa's half. The last couple of minutes here. Can they have a late attack right at the stroke of half time here, or will they just try and sucker it up? See if they can get in at least. Still in the lead. Kobe Minor tries to find a ball out to Marcus Rashford. He makes Marcus Rashford run. Marcus Rashford will get there. So the edge of Aston Villa's box here. Can Man United score a goal right towards the edge here? He gets some support, does Marcus Rashford eventually. Bruno Fernandes now tries to see if he can do something. He passes it back out to Marcus Rashford, who's going towards his own half again, trying to see if he can spot a space. He sees Alejandro Garnacho. He passes it off to Diogo Dalot, who passes it through to Garnacho. Dalot's trying to make an overlapping run. He does get played in. Can he put the ball in? It's a corner to Man United with the last minute of this half. Good play by Man United, to be fair. Just making sure the ball stays to the side and giving themselves the best possible chance for a goal here. The corner worked for them earlier. It's worked a couple of times. It's looked threatening. Can they try and make it happen again? They play it towards Harry Maguire, basically, right at the back. He pops the ball back towards Rasmus Højlund, who will try and pop it in himself. He's quite good at heading as well. So it's an interesting tactic. Play towards the big boys at the back. See if they can head it back towards the danger zones and see if anything can happen. Will they try and switch up on that strategy this time round? It does look a little bit different. Fewer players in the box. It is different. It goes to Kobe Minor, who passes it back to Bruno instead of playing it in. Kobe Minor now. Will he play first time ball? No, he doesn't. He's going to maybe shoot himself. He finds the outside ball. Not great. Now can Aston Villa counter? They've got 15 minutes, but it's a tactical foul by Kobe Minor. That's going to be a yellow card, I think. It is a yellow card to Kobe. Oh, he's just talking to him. Yellow card. Yellow card to Kobe Minor. Oh, my word. So we've got two midfielders from Man United with yellows. Bruno basically got a final talking to as well. So, I mean, not looking great for Man United in terms of midfield discipline. Minor yellow. Casemiro shouldn't have got a yellow, but he's got a yellow. Bruno Fernandes, of course, will get a yellow eventually, probably from earning or otherwise. But, I mean, an interesting half. Man United will at least go into half-time 1-0 up unless Aston Villa can score here from the direct free kick. I don't think anything's going to happen from it. We are over the extra time point. That is going to be the end of the half at some point. I'm just waiting for the ref to blow his whistle. Aston Villa have to kick the ball first. Lenglet does get a yellow card as well. I think that's for complaining, perhaps, or maybe for an earlier foul. Aston Villa do take the free kick. It's not been blown yet, the half, so they're still coming on the attack here, does Aston Villa. They do win the ball high up, does Ollie Watkins. He plays it in towards the back. They're doing well. Can he make something of this? He's gone down. He's trying to do it himself. He's still got it as John McGinn. He gets the shot away, and it's not a good one, and that is the half. Man United not defending very well near the end. John McGinn almost managed to get a shot away out of basically being on the floor. But Man United does make it to the halfway point. They are still in the lead. It's 1-0 Man United. Aston Villa with nothing. And thank you guys so much for joining me so far. Of course, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Be sure to go and participate in that poll in terms of who you're backing today. It's going to start a new poll for you guys as well. I think we're going to do a poll about, do you think Man United will hold on? Will Man United hold on to their lead? That's going to be the question for everybody. So let me know. Of course, I'm going to take a short break for the time. I'll come back for the second half, so don't go anywhere. And we'll see you right back here very, very soon for the second half. And yeah, I've been Mark so far, and thank you for joining me on Forever Sports, as Forever Football and Forever Sports. I think for the first time for a while. So I'm keen to see you guys here for the second half. Be sure to drop me some comments and some thoughts about the first half that we just watched. But anyway, I'll see you in about 10 to 15 minutes. Bye. All right, guys, we are back now, getting ready for the second half. Man United lead Aston Villa at Villa Park, 1-0. Let's look at some stats, of course, from that first half. We kind of do have a few yellow cards across the pitch. Casemiro, Kobe Mainu, as well as Lenglet, all with the cards so far. But looking at the latest in terms of, oh my word, my information has all just gone haywire. Um, Seemingly not managing to get it for some reason. It's decided to have an issue, but nonetheless, Lindelof is warming up for Man United at halftime. Here we see that he is getting ready to come onto the field. He's going to be replacing Luke Shaw, which is a bit of a concern for United. I wonder if that's to protect Luke Shaw ahead of a game or something, or perhaps Luke Shaw might be protecting something that we don't know about, or maybe he's got a small niggle from the first half. What I know is that clearly Luke Shaw is not coming out for the second half, so we're going to have Lindelof at left back, which is certainly going to open some chances for Aston Villa because Luke Shaw, of course, backs himself with pace as well as strength. Lindelof, great defender, I like him a lot, but not got a lot of pace. So that's going to become a bit of a problem for Man United on that left-hand side. So we're going to have to see how that fares. So Lindelof on for Luke Shaw for Man United in this beginning of the second half here at Villa Park. Alejandro Garnacho is still in the field, of course. Let's see if he can bag himself a goal, of course. He's had some great goal-scoring form, as has the goal scorer for today so far, Rasmus Højlund. This is his 5th goal in 5 Premier League matches. So just can't stop scoring since he was unable to score for ages. So great to see him finding some form within the Premier League, not just the Champions League, of course, which Man United are no longer playing in right now. Man United make their way out into the field now. Indeed, and as the commentators say, can they see this out? Can Man United see this game out? I think that's a big question. It's a big question mark, of course. And they struggled to do so most of the season for a lot of games, but I think tonight might be slightly different. They've got a bit more of a, I don't know, I suppose a bit more control these days, I'd say, come second half time. They've got their preferred team pretty much there. Luke Shaw going off is not ideal. I do think Villa will score. It's whether Man United score before they do or not. I think it's going to be quite a difficult one for Man United to try and see out easily. All that I know is the second half is going to be a hell of an entertaining one, and it's about to get going right now. Man United is getting ready. Goalkeepers being asked if they are ready. Aston Villa getting ready to kick off. They are now going from the right to the left. Man United from the left to the right. And referee blows his whistle for the second half. We are underway for another 45 minutes here at Villa Park. 5th versus 6th. Currently, Man United getting closer to the villains in the table. Villa, if they can try and turn this around, will look back to the Champions League places. Reese there in the comments saying, United, indeed. Early foul there against Jacob Ramsey, winning it there. And pretty much what happened in the first half, right at the end of the first half, is resumed for the second half. Aston Villa on the ball rather, and coming forward quite offensively and otherwise, looking to try and score goals here as they've got a bit of space on the outside already towards Lindelof's region. The ball is gone and it's a good one towards Ollie Watkins, but well done by Højlund, who does a very, very interesting acrobatic kick as well to get it away. Does very well. Kobe Mainu cleans up for Man United, tries to find the ball out to Marcus Rashford. He does. Man United could counter here. Garnacho's on the far side. Marcus Rashford's got Bruno running to his left now. Will he find Bruno? He's going himself. Marcus Rashford. He dummies one. He wins the ball still. He puts a very lame shot at the end of it though. Great play until the shot, which was even worse than the pass. He's asking a score prediction. Well, I think it's going to end 3-1 United. I'm going to have to back the boys. I'm going to have to back United. I'm going to say 3-1. I think the moment Aston Villa score another, they might become a bit too... Well, score another. If they score their own, they'll become a bit too open, I suppose. And Man United can capitalise on that. They've been very good in terms of the counter-attacks and scoring a lot more goals recently. So I think there's definitely another goal on for Man United. I think there's a goal for Aston Villa as well. So I'm going to say 3-1 United. That's if they can control the onslaught from Aston Villa. A lot of it's going to come down to Victor Lindelof, of course. He's come on for Luke Shaw for the second half. There's going to be a lot less pace there. Leon Bailey already trying to make use of it. Lindelof dummies him quite well. And the ball goes straight out for a goal kick. On and out. Erik ten Hag, lots to think about the second half. It's a big game to win. I mean, you're saying in the press conference earlier this week, every game is like a final now. So if every game is like a final, then Man United will be feeling the pressure for the remainder of the season because there's a lot of games left. I mean, this is game 24 of 38. Which means we're going to have another 12 games after this, as well as the League Cup run for FA Cup. So, I mean, it's going to be an interesting one. Oh, ball goes in! Great save by Onana. Oh, my word. How did that make us? I mean, that was ridiculous. Sure. How does Ollie Watkins not score? Poor clearance by Victor Lindelof. Finds nobody, but nobody's helping him out. Ball goes in from, I think that's Matty Cash, who does put the ball in. Skips everybody. Grant can't stop it. Ollie Watkins gets the ball down, and Onana just manages to place his hand brilliantly there. His arm just gets in the way of the ball going in. At least it came towards Onana. I think it just actually hits his chest. So good positioning from the goalkeeper. But how does Ollie Watkins not score? Man United should be currently level with Aston Villa. Aston Villa, they're trying to score another attack here, but Brown this time much more convincing with it away from that corner there. Matty Cash does clean up for them. Can he find? He does eventually find Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz now coming forward. What can he do? He seems to want to find Jacob Ramsey. Can he put a cross in? They're just sort of toying around Man United's box right now. Man United under the cosh again already in the 48th minute here. Kamara now with the ball. Cash to McGinn. McGinn gets the ball for himself. Will he use Douglas Luiz's support? He does indeed. Aston Villa getting slowly pushed towards their own half now by Man United. A little bit better defence by Man United. It does get cut out by Diogo Dalot, but he puts it straight back to Jacob Ramsey's path, who now could try and dummy his way around. Højlund makes the attempt to tackle. He does make it cleanly, though. Højlund gets the ball back. Bruno Fernandes now with the ball. He tries to find Marcus Rashford, who's out on the wing here. It's actually Alejandro Garnacho, who seems to swap sides with him. Marcus Rashford down the middle. Kobe Minor now with the ball. He finds Casemiro. Casemiro's got a ball to play. I think he's offsides. It's Garnacho, but he's in so far. Now, Garnacho's he messes up completely, and the ball is recovered there. And now offsides is called. I didn't think it was offsides. And indeed, we're going to come back for the offside call there. But temporarily, Garnacho was in, but terrible ball control right near the goalkeeper. They couldn't make his mind up, but I think he knew he was offsides because he was offsides for a fair while there. Yeah, definitely offsides was Alejandro Garnacho. So definitely wouldn't have counted, but still a little bit embarrassing. He was through on the goalkeeper there, tries to cut in, and in cutting in basically falls over himself. So I think he needs to do better in that sort of situation. I still back him to score a goal today. I think he's looking bright. He's looking lively. I think the goal is definitely on for Alejandro Garnacho. Well, Man United have managed to defend so far in the first 5 minutes, but it's not looking easy as Marcus Rashford wins the ball back. Plays to Bruno, who plays brilliantly back to Marcus Rashford, just dummies one. Plays straight through the legs of the other. Alejandro Garnacho now on the right. He's in the outside the box. He's looking for running. He plays Dalot in. Dalot now looking for a cross. Will he get a decent cross in? He plays it back to Kobe Minor, who finds Garnacho. Garnacho now is going to shoot. He gets blocked, so it's going to be a corner to Man United. And Man United now trying to attack themselves. Can they score a second goal? I think a second goal could really discourage Aston Villa. They still back themselves to try and go on and do something, but it will really hurt them quite badly. I think a second goal will help Man United massively here. Alejandro Garnacho doesn't look for the cross there. Bruno Fernandes getting very upset at Dalot for not making the cross, but I think Dalot has every right not to when you consider Bruno Fernandes the only person in the box who cannot win a header. So not a bad decision there. Now, will Man United employ that same tactic that saw them score the goal in the first half here as Bruno Fernandes is looking towards the back post there? They've got Lindelof, Varane and Maguire all hovering at the edge of the box there. And Højlund is just sort of chilling around the goalkeeper the whole time. So let's see whether or not we're going to see that same tactic. It is going to be floated towards Harry Maguire. He tries to put the ball back in. He's claiming a handball. It's been had there. He's really claiming a handball. We're going to see if that's going to be looked at by VAR. Nobody else is claiming it though. Ball, meanwhile, making its way out to Bruno Fernandes again. Bruno Fernandes eventually wins the second ball, tries to go through the legs, unable to do so. Shepherded away by Aston Villa, comes towards Ollie Watkins, who loses the ball to Kobe Minor once again. Kobe Minor always doing it. Casemiro plays the ball through to Bruno Fernandes. Got a little bit of space ahead of him. Højlund, who tries to play the ball back to Bruno, but not the best ball back to him. But nonetheless, Man United comfortable on the ball. And let's see if they can build up another attack. Kobe Minor now on the ball. A little bit of pressure on him. He finds the ball through to Rashford, but Rashford just can't get can't get the head of Emiliano Martinez. Reece asking rather any what idea what formation we are playing. I define it as a 4-2-1-3, I'd say. Bruno acting as a pivot role and pretty much acting as a second, as a number 10, basically, on the field. So, yeah, technically it's a 4-3-3. But I would say it's very much Bruno further up, not doing as much defensive work, relying on Kobe Minu and Casemiro. Casemiro now does come away with the ball in exactly that sort of position. So Marcus Rashford on the right-hand side. Lindelof's making the overlapping run. Not the quickest of players, but certainly trying to help out in attack at least. Marcus Rashford has to pass the ball back through to Maguire. So yeah, I'd say the idea here is to try and play it through to the wings, see if Bruno can find them on the counter sort of thing, or see if running behind. As we see another ball in behind for Højlund to follow through, but Amelia on the mark sees that quite easily. Shepherd the ball out. Headers once again by Harry Maguire. Marcus Rashford, can he try and win this ball? He tries to win the second ball, unable to do so. Aston Villa come away with it. And now they're more or less comfortable on the ball. Pressure is a lot more from United in the second half in terms of whilst Aston Villa on the ball. Only not pressing the keeper, but otherwise permanently pressing as well. So a bit of a sprightly start just the second half, but still no goals for either team in the second half. Man United still just leading by one goal. Ball over the top is found Ollie Watkins. He tries to find John McGinn, but finds Jacob Ramsey instead and passes back to Ollie Watkins, who dummies, but finds nobody's behind him. Leon Bailey eventually cleans up for him, and Leon Bailey now dealing with Victor Lindelof, has to pass it back to Matty Cash. Man United getting themselves out of trouble. They managed to get that ball through though to Aston Villa, and once again trying that seeing through ball, as we saw in the first half, which worked so many times. Casemiro saw it early. Probably minding now. Gets the ball from Victor Lindelof, passes it through to Marcus Rashford. He's got a bit of space. Marcus Rashford passes to Kobe Mainoo, who passes to Rasmus Højlund, who wins the ball initially but can't get control of it as it falls down. Claims a foul. Bruno Fernandes is upset that he doesn't get it. But the ref says, plays on. And comes to Ollie Watkins, who's got a bit of space here, but excellent defending from him. Shepherd's allowed for a corner, I grant, but still does get it away from the goal, which is his main job, of course. Varane was not happy with somebody there, throwing his arms, throwing his toys at somebody. I think it's the fact that these balls are finding their way through the Man United midfield so easily. I think he's calling his midfield to book, seeing whether or not they're actually going to wake up or not. Ball comes in now from John McGinn. Lindelof shares the ball away. I think it's going to be another corner here. Lindelof, I think he's getting a little bit frustrated with the amount of contact that he was having on him. Lindelof just having words with the ref there. It's the fact that he had an elbow in his face the whole time saying, get off of him. Well, it's going to be another ball in here. So Douglas Luiz with the cross in. It's a good-looking cross, but the Vans nobody. Andre Onana comes away with the ball easily. Was looking to see if he could try and get somebody away, but slows it down. Slows it right down. And I think we're just going to have a very simple pass here through to Harry Maguire. Does pick it up. So a slow build-up now coming up for Man United. So looking comfortable now, I'd say. They still definitely need that second goal. If they don't score, Aston Villa definitely will score their own. So how they're going to get that is going to be interesting. I think it will be a running behind or a counter-attack. Don't think it's going to be built up. I don't think it's going to come from a set piece either. I think it'll be something where you'll see Marcus Rashford or Højlund or Garnacho running behind. You'll see an intelligent ball played through just like that to Diogo Dalot. But again, Emiliano Martinez is very much aware of the danger. He's got a very, very high standing line. You'd almost think you could try and try a cheeky Beckham or Rooney in terms of chipping the ball over the keeper from the halfway point. But I think Aston Villa are going to close that down as soon as they possibly can. Kobe Mainoo does well to get a block in, but unfortunately results in Aston Villa winning the ball further up the pitch towards Man United's box. Now, let's see what they can do. It comes through to Moreno. Moreno trying to find his way through, finds Ollie Watkins, who gets sort of dispossessed, but not really. Comes to Kamara. Now, Leon Bailey on the wing here. Lindelof's going to have to deal with him. Can he deal with him? Lindelof still trying to get away from Leon Bailey. But Victor Lindelof does shift the ball in behind. Aston Villa fans are up for the team here now for another corner to Aston Villa. Lindelof involved a lot so far in this first 10 minutes of this game. John McGinn now getting ready to put the ball in. It's a good cross and shepherded away by, I think that is Varane, in fact. And Kobe Mainoo doing well just to close it down. Højlund now trying to catch up to Matty Cash. He tries to shot himself, but it's blocked by Varane, actually by Casemiro rather. Kobe Mainoo now with his own time. He finds the ball out to Garnacho. Great finding ball there, great seeker. Does very well to exit this Man United. Finds Casemiro now. Casemiro finds it back to Garnacho. Garnacho coming through. Will he have enough time? He pushed the ball in behind for Rashford to try and run onto it, but not going to reach him, and Rashford realised that. Comes back to Martinez as well. Martinez plays it back simply to Leon Bailey. And Martinez tries another ball, but it goes straight out. Terrible for Martinez there. So Man United get a bit of a gift of possession inside Aston Villa's half here. Only looking at the stats for this game as well, we see that Aston Villa are dominating possession, slightly 59% in their favour. Man United were across 57.5%. Man United was 42.5%. Shots on target, 4 to Aston Villa, only 2 to United, but the 1 does count, of course, as the goal. That's what is important. Shots, 11 shots from Aston Villa versus United, 10. So it's quite even in terms of that. Here comes Marcus Rashford trying to dig his way through. And once again, gets a past one. He can't find the cross, though. Tries to go on the floor. Needed to chip that up because managed to beat Matty Cash easily. Casemiro wins the ball back for Man United. Victor Lindelof plays in Marcus Rashford. Can he try and have his fun with Matty Cash again? He's going to try and find it. He finds Rashford. That's actually probably Miney was trying to have some fun with him. And it's going to go out for a corner to Man United. Looking very dangerous in the attack on Man United, but just can't seemingly convert right now. Very silky was Marcus Rashford. They're just sitting Matty Cash down quite badly, but then couldn't find the cross after that. Just couldn't make a decision. So I needed to just, I think at that point, once you sit a player down on the floor, there's no option. Hit it hard. Towards the far corner, just hit it hard, see what happens. If it takes a touch, it'll go in. You know, it's one of those. You got to risk it. Keeper might save it. Oh, well. But I think you've done well enough to make yourself space. Have that shot. Have it up. You have every right to do so. Bruno Fernandes now with the cross in, of course, for this corner. Maguire tries to get himself free, but it goes to Rashford. Now, Kobe Minu, who's going to try and put the ball in. He does put the ball in. It's a nice area, but nobody's there. Diogo Dalot wins the ball back. He plays it out to Bruno Fernandes. Really not the greatest ball. It was going backwards quite badly. Bruno Fernandes tries the ball through. Oh, that looked a little bit like a hand, but nobody's claiming it, so I don't think it is. Oh, here comes Leon Bailey. He's got only Diogo Dalot to beat. Retreating is Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. There's no centre-backs back. And the ball stayed through, but it's unfortunately not handled at all by Jacob Ramsey. And Onana comfortably manages to get the ball into his hands, but it was looking very scary there for a second. Leon Bailey's passed through to Jacob Ramsey, ever so slightly behind him, and as a result, couldn't get control of it. But that was almost danger for Man United. Meanwhile, the opposite is happening now. They're trying to find a searching ball to Marcus Rashford, unable to do so. But Garnacho picks it up. He passes it through to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford getting a lot of pressure. He beats one, though, and gets fouled. Quite cynically, I'd actually say. Borderline a yellow, and it is going to be a yellow to Matty Cash indeed. I did think it was a bit cynical, and it will be a yellow card to Matty Cash. Marcus Rashford wins the foul. A good, intelligent foul from Marcus Rashford. He beats him. He's had Matty Cash's number all of today. I think Matty Cash will be very happy to see the end of this game. But yeah, just grabs Marcus Rashford as Marcus Rashford beats him around the side and just grabs him and forces him to the ground. Very comfortable yellow card to give, and that's a justified yellow card. Not quite like we saw Casemiro in the first half. Terrible, if I'm honest. But yes, to those of you who are watching, who are you supporting? Are you a United supporter? Are you an Aston Villa supporter? Just a neutral happy to be here? A rival fan, maybe hoping something happens for either team? Yeah, let me know. And what do you think of the game so far? I mean, it's been a tight game, I'll say that much. The ball goes in for Bruno. It's a good-looking ball, and Maguire doesn't get his foot onto it. Hi, Maguire found himself in space, but doesn't do anything with it. Misses the ball. Oh, my word. It's a great ball by Bruno Fernandes. Harry Maguire just can't get there, I think it is in the end. He's just not able to get there. Aston Villa, meanwhile, trying to come forward. Casemiro trying to see if he can stop this attack. Once again, there's space in the midfield for Aston Villa. And here comes Kamara. He finds Leon Bailey. He's got a bit of space. He's trying to beat Lindelof in the box. It comes from Jacob Ramsey. There's a shot, but it's just stopped on the line by Dalot. And Garnacho cannot get rid of the ball. So Aston Villa still got the ball close to Man United's box here, but great stop there by Diogo Dalot. Otherwise, it would have been a goal. Douglas Luiz now with the ball. Aston Villa certainly finding a lot of space inside Man United's box, but it's a terrible cross by Douglas Luiz, and the danger ends. Andre Onana gets the ball out early to Marcus Rashford, who's got a bit of space ahead of him. Will he use it? Will he actually try and sprint up the line? He is sprinting up the line a bit. He's still going. Can he beat Matty Cash? Go on, Rashford. Take him on. He's going to find his midfield. He's got Bruno. He's got space. Bruno finds it back to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford's going to see if he finds Højlund. Can't get the ball through. Gives it straight to Matty Cash. So that ends the attack for Man United. That's good. That was easy. Robbie Minor trying to clean up for Man United. Unable to do so. But again, space for Ollie Watkins on the left-hand side. Pass it back, though. Douglas Luiz now on the ball in the middle of the field for Aston Villa. He's been involved quite a lot in the second half as Douglas Luiz, as has Kamara. Tries to find Matty Cash. Matty Cash not having the best of games for himself, especially defensively. He's struggling with Marcus Rashford. He's having a lot of fun and toying around with him, but Marcus Rashford unable to get on the score sheet yet and unable to create a proper chance for himself. So you could say Matty Cash has done his job, but I think Marcus Rashford is just unable to find himself in his position. Poor ball there by John McGinn. Gives it away to Garnacho, who now finds his midfield. Casemiro does brilliantly there to win the ball for Højlund. Højlund now charging up through the middle. Is he going to find Garnacho on his outside? He's just going to keep going down the middle. Now he gives Garnacho lots of space to run into. Man United coming forward here. BITDEFENDER with space. Oh my soul. Oh my soul. That is one of the worst shots I've ever seen from BITDEFENDER. That's all the time in the world. Even as time to jolly well take. I think something else has happened here in the meantime. Unless he was offside with Garnacho, perhaps. But how does Bruno Fernandes miss this so bad? He has all the time in the world to shoot. And has put all the power into it. And I think NASA will be contacting him for a contract because that ball has reached orbit. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Aston Villa finding a lot of joy in the last 5 minutes, but Man United also having a glorious chance of their own. So chances are not a few here in this game. So don't go anywhere. There's definitely going to be another goal. Jacob Ramsey there was also a chance for himself. Couldn't put the ball in. Diogo Dalot denying him there. Just a bit of an injury here too. I think this is it Kamara? It is Kamara. He's back on his feet though, so I think he should be all right for the remainder of the second half. And we do see the English coach there in the box. Gareth Southgate is watching this game on from the top of the stands there. And so is Alex Ferguson, of course. He's also there in attendance, hopefully seeing his team win a fourth successive game. Not in the Premier League, but in football generally. They've got, of course, a FA Cup win in that fourth. But 3 Premier League wins in a row. Can they make 4? So Man United looking good for the lead. I think they still deserve the lead. I think it's just they are coming under the cosh quite badly from Aston Villa, who are looking likely like they could score. It's just I think Man United can also score. So I think it could be a close game by 1 goal perhaps. Oh my word! Just seeing where that injury cost was Casemiro, who just dummied him and just I think he just does a ligament there quite badly. As a result, the substitution is made. Kamara is off, and Moussa Diaby is now on the field for Aston Villa. Gets a chance for himself, and he's going to be in the team sheet a few more times if he's going to be out. Kamara for a few weeks as well. Meanwhile, Diaby finds himself in space already straight away, but can't get past the players there. Bruno Fernandes finds Casemiro and he's trying to come forward. Marcus Rashford's alongside him. Casemiro finds a searching ball, but Martin is so far up the field that he just cuts it out straight away. Diaby again in space. Finds Bailey. Bailey plays it back to Diaby. He's got a bit of space to find a cross, but can't get it to go past Bruno Fernandes, who shepherds it out for a corner for Man United. Villa asking lots of questions in the last 15 minutes. It's been a lot of Villa this side here. Diaby's got time. He's tries to take the shot. Casemiro just tries to get the ball. Can't. Goes again for another corner to Aston Villa. That's so many corners to Aston Villa. Let's actually go see how many corners now is that for them. I can't quite tell actually, unfortunately, because my Wi-Fi is not quite working on my phone, but it's fine. I'll have to make do. Ball gets put in by Leon Bailey. Goes towards the back post. There's time there. It's going towards it. Oh my word. Save on the line by Onana. And it's going to go in. Douglas Luiz scores. I said they were going to score. They were always going to score. And Aston Villa do eventually score. Man United unable to get the ball away. As we've seen for most of the day there. Cleared on the line there brilliantly by Onana. It was a fantastic save. A point-blank rage. The ball goes out. But then nobody gets a reaction to it. Nobody goes and tries to stop the ball from coming in. And as a result, a goal to Aston Villa. I said they would score today, and it was all about Man United being able to score their own second goal. Goes to the back post. It's completely mishandled everywhere. Ball comes to Lenglet. He can't put it in. And then eventually comes to Douglas Luiz, who nobody is marking. poor defense from Man United. They just slept. The second ball coming in, nobody reacts to it. Not a single person reacts to that ball. As a result, Aston Villa drawing now with Man United at home, and their tails are up. Man United's going to need to find some form here, otherwise they're going to see themselves concede. So the ball is back in play again, and it's 1-1 here at Villa Park. I said that score. I said this will be a close game. It is. And, yeah, Man United got work to do now. It's going to be a bit of a flourish in here in the last few minutes. 23 minutes remaining in this game before extra time, of course. Varane with the ball, passes it back to Onana. Man United not in a hurry to get this ball forward. They're just waiting to calm the game down a bit, maybe build up a bit of possession and otherwise. But drawing now Man United. Andre Onana's terrible ball out. Finds Aston Villa. Now Aston Villa immediately coming back. Leon Bailey, who's been so bright in the second half, after not doing too much in the first half, is finding himself in so much space in the second half, having a lot of fun. Diaby there, possibly coming from an offside position, but ref says no, play on. And a bit of a loose ball there. Marcus Rashford can't win it, though. That's poor from Cash. By Rashford it's poor, but Cash gets past him, But Aston Villa do find the ball back here. But Aston Villa with their tails up, finding a lot of time on the ball. John McGinn, of course, stalwart for Aston Villa, trying to find a way through for his home team. And the ball is won by Man United temporarily by Casemiro. Maguire gets the ball through to Kobe Mainu, who can't win the ball back after getting pressure. Lindelof does brilliantly to win the ball, but then can't find his feet, but then pass the ball out. Great challenge by Victor Lindelof. And now finds the ball to Marcus Rashford in a bit of space. Bruno Fernandes now with space for himself. He tries to pass the ball through, but it's quite a bad foul there. And it says ball carry on, actually. Bruno Fernandes gets back to his feet eventually and does actually win the ball for Man United. Andre Onana finds his left back, being Victor Lindelof. Finds Onana again. Not a great touch by Onana. He's going to have to manages to win a goal kick out of nowhere there. Man United a little bit concerned here, not managing to get passes together. Bruno Fernandes also going down a bit weak and a bit cheaply, almost gifting possession. Basically did give possession to Aston Villa. So, Man United need to wake up here. They need to make some runs. They need to have some movement. They need to do something. They need to have a bright spark. Something needs to change for them. They can't just keep going like this. Nobody's really putting their hand up. Garnacho's coming back to try and field the ball. They're trying a ball in behind, but again, it's just hitting straight there. Nobody's actually going high up on the ball. They need to get this ball into the air. Now, Garnacho finds himself in space. Well done by Garnacho. Look at Dalot on the far right. He's got all the space in the world. Garnacho's continuing himself. Will he go on? He shoots! Oh, my word. So close for Alejandro Garnacho. Almost did everything United needed him to do. Danced the whole way there. Everyone making the right runs just to give him all the space as well. Marcus Rashford makes a diving run to the left. Just draws Manny Cash away. Garnacho can just keep going down and just goes wide of the post. I think Martinez would have saved it had it been on target. But just wide of the post there by Alejandro Garnacho. Great play by him. 20 minutes left and what is going to be a very exciting end to this game, I think. And I said I think Garnacho will be on the score sheet today, and he was very close to doing so. So I think he could still well threaten it. No movement on either bench right now, so it looks like they're going to keep the same sort of thing going right there. No intentions of something changing. Aston Villa now finding themselves a bit of space in Man United's half. Put the ball to Lenglet. Got a lot of space here. Tries to play it back in, but cards. Douglas Luiz, goal scorer for Aston Villa, finds John McGinn in the middle of the park. John McGinn trying to field operations here. Moreno puts the ball in, and Varane manages to get the ball away. But under the cosh, as per usual, Man United, Lindelof trying to deal with this threat that is Leon Bailey. John McGinn now with a lot of space as well for himself on the edge of the box here. Diaby with lots of space. He's going to see if he can try and find someone on the edge of the box here. It comes to Douglas Luiz. It's the goal. Great challenge there by Rafael Varane to get out there. Douglas Luiz took the first time shot. I think he scores, but he takes too many touches. And as a result, Varane gets the block in. But Man United need to sort out their feet. They really do. That's going to be a foul against Aston Villa here. Probably Manu winning it after clearing the ball away, and that'll give themselves a little bit of breathing room. But Man United, again, they are nowhere right now in terms of defence. They are absolutely nowhere in terms of defence. Diaby has got a yellow card, meanwhile. Yellow card for a challenge he made on Bruno Fernandes in that Man United attack. So another yellow card to Aston Villa in the meantime. A lot of clapping happening. That's because Youri Tielemans has made his way onto the field in place of Leon Bailey. Very odd substitution. I mean, Leon Bailey finding so much space the second half. The real threat for Aston Villa. And he gets taken off. Tielemans on. Not that it's the worst player. Oh, my God. And Scott McTominay has made his way on for Marcus Rashford, of all people. McTominay's on. Rashford is off. Yeah. I don't understand that change. I really don't. I don't understand it at all. Means that we'll probably see Bruno in a bloody winging role. And McTominay will sit where Bruno should be. Oh, my God. Why do we do this? We do this all the time. So sick of seeing that Scotsman's face. Honestly. Oh, my word. Man United can't afford to draw this either. That's the bigger problem as well. We really can't afford to draw this. Well, the ball is back in play. Harry Maguire finds the ball out to Garnacho, who's moved, of course, to the left. Bruno Fernandes will now be on the right wing. Scott McTominay is chilling as pretty much a number 10. Kobe Mainoo trying to provide support. But Man United cannot string 3 passes together at the moment. It's pathetic. It's honestly pathetic. You'd see better football played by schoolboys. Victor Lindelof now on the left with the ball in his hand for the throw-in. Will Man United make any movement to give him some option? In a word, no. Ball gets played through to McTominay. Tries to find the ball back. And Man United lose the ball. Luckily, goes out for throw-in to Man United. John McGinn, as usual, as energetic as anything. Being a nuisance of himself. I don't know what anyone else is going to do. I don't know what Jim Ratcliffe's plan is, but Man United need some energy in midfield. They just lack it. They need, you know what it is? And as much as I hate to say it, they need a substitution for Casemiro. They need somebody who is a better Casemiro, essentially. Somebody who's got pace, but wins the ball back and is calm on the ball. That's what Man United need. Because right now, they just get lost in midfield right now. Casemiro is too slow, it's too fast, unfortunately. He's good in instances, but he's not good permanently. Diogo Dalot has been very quiet this half, trying to make his way down the right. Puts a great ball in. Garnacho's got space. He puts the ball. Oh, my word, is that handball? Kobe Mainoo gets the ball, brings the ball down. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, my God. Casemiro's shot is terrible. It was laid through him by Bruno Fernandes, but terrible shot by Casemiro. And Man United still left searching for an idea of how to score the goal. 15 minutes left before extra time. 1-1 in this game at Villa Park. Ah, my word. Ball is floated forward, but once again, Jacob Ramsey comes away with it. Kobe Mainoo trying to clean up. He does clean up for Man United. Does very well there to win that ball. Just stops that attack temporarily. But now, the ball gets through for Aston Villa once again. Here comes Diaby on the left, or the right rather. Gets past Lindelof, puts the ball in. But luckily, nobody there. Dalot can clean up. But again, the space for John McGinn to find the back post. Diogo Dalot gets there. But Andre Onana has to make a save again as the ball gets paid straight back to the goal scorer, Douglas Luiz, who could not get his foot wrapped around it, and Onana makes an easy save in the end. But Man United looking once again so open at the back. Nobody makes this run. Any decent team plays against Man United, you score tons of goals. Not saying that Aston Villa is not a decent team, but really, if this is City, this is Liverpool, this is Arsenal, they are scoring 4 or 5 goals plus in this match against Man United's defence right now. It is so open to the crossfield ball every single time. The players never get there. They never make the block. Ah, dear. Man United again trying the slow approach, which does not work. Wrong has played the ball by Harry Maguire. Just 13 minutes left of this game. Man United needing a goal. Aston Villa as well if they want to get into the Champions League places. Probably Manu plays the ball straight back to Harry Maguire. Can't find a pass right now. And Man United plays it through to probably Manu again. He plays it behind Rafael Varane. He's going to have to find his keeper. And his keeper, I'm sure, here is going to have to field the ball straight up the middle of the field. He does to Kobe Manu, who finds Rafael Varane on the right. Rafael Varane plays it back to his keeper once again. Man United just cannot get out of their own box at this point, let alone their own half. Nobody's moving for Man United. It is pathetic to watch. Andre Onana waiting for some movement. Nobody making the movement. Maguire now gets the ball. Passes it out to Lindelof on the far left. Still no movement really for Man United. Lindelof under pressure has to find a long searching ball to Rafael Varane, which is too long, and Man United are freaking hopeless. Absolutely terrible. It's pathetic to watch at times, I must say. It is pathetic to watch at times. John McGinn gets past his player, plays it through to Jacob Ramsey, who finds Moreno, but can't dance his way through. Eventually, Onana gets the ball away from him. And we set the ball straight back down again because it worked so well last time, but eventually the ball was played a lot quicker. Højlund plays the ball through to Casemiro, who finds McTominay. McTominay finds Diogo Dalot, and a little bit of space. BITDEFENDER making that run down the right, who's gone completely missing since gone to the wing. Plays across into the middle, blocked. Kobe Manu tries to win the ball back. He misses it, scuffs it. An attempted tackle by Casemiro is put in. Doesn't win it, but here comes Aston Villa. Look at Abu Diaby. He's got all the space in the world on the right-hand side here. Maguire comes across, so does... Oh my word, a terrible shot in the end by Diaby, but it could have spelled so much danger for Man United. Oh my word, Man United are going to lose this game. They're going to lose this game at this rate. Unless something happens. I don't think, if Man United don't score, Aston Villa will. I don't think this game ends in a draw. I think some team wins, and if Man United don't score, Aston Villa will definitely score. Oh my word. Bruno Fernandes trying to get involved, but he's gone missing since going to the wing. What always happens when you put on Scott McTominay, who makes stupid runs at the wrong times that nobody can play him, and then as a result, he's never available to break a pass, so nobody plays him in, so he never gets a touch on the ball. So he's basically just a ghost on the field. Doesn't add anything. Bruno Fernandes finds Lindelof, finds Casemiro. Notice I'm not saying Scott McTominay because Scott McTominay is never available. But I'm sure he'll pop up in the middle of the box at some point just to get a shot away and score a goal. And then suddenly we have to play him. Realised that we'd score the goal easier if he wasn't on. Why take Rashford off as well? I can't. He wasn't having the best second half, but he's still finding his way around Matty Cash. But we take Rashford off. Rafael Varane with the ball, not knowing what to do because nobody's moving. Not a single person moving. Casemiro now with the ball on the far left. And again, he's looking for movement. Has to find Lindelof because nobody's there doing anything. Casemiro now with the ball. Garnacho trying to see if he can make a run. Oh, look at this. Scott McTominay has made a funny run forward, but guess what? Not actually available to play, so nobody plays him. Come on. Copy Minor now with the ball. Nothing's happening. We're just chilling on the halfway line the whole time. Maguire basically just dictating slowness. Not his fault. Nobody's moving. And we have to play the ball back eventually to the keeper. Onana now with the ball. Passes it through. And my word, we're just putting ourselves under pressure as per usual. Now you have to counter. You've managed to get yourself space. And Man United, not good enough. Here we go. Can they counter now? Garnacho with the ball. It's 3-on-3. It's 3-on-3 for United. Scott McTominay makes a stupid run. Garnacho, and it's a pathetic shot. Oh, my soul. Good run once again from Garnacho, but he cannot shoot properly. Gets past 1-2 players, gets himself space, can't get decent power behind the shot at all. No power whatsoever. We need more from United. You need a lot more from United. It's honestly a joke at times. Scott McTominay offers this much. offers this much. It is honestly hopeless. The best thing United could ever do is sell him. Get a little bit of cash that you can for him and sell him. Maguire making a very clear foul on him. That might be a yellow. Ah, dear. Man United can't afford to draw this. Aston Villa can't afford to draw this. Somebody's going to win it near the end, and I don't think it's going to be United. Ah! Honestly. Aston Villa now with the ball in Man United's half. Looking a lot better on the ball. People making a little bit of movement, making some runs, giving some options. Scott McTominay still looking aimless as a chicken. I'm sure Scott McTominay will go score the winning goal at some point. But honestly, he's pathetic to watch otherwise. Do yourself a favor and watch Scott McTominay actually play when he comes on. He does absolutely nothing. He's a hoverer. He just hovers in areas. Nobody can play the ball to him, but he's in an area. That's all he is. And United win the ball back. Varane trying to get the ball away. Referee eventually going to call the foul against Diaby. 7 minutes left. Can Man United score? 7 minutes left. Can Aston Villa score? Probably. We'll see what happens near the end here. But I mean, really, it has not been good to watch otherwise. And Unai Emery is losing his mind on the touchline there, trying to get his players to listen to his information. Varane gets the ball from Maguire, and we just play it straight back to Maguire, and we invite the pressure, and nobody moves. So all we're doing is standing still in our own half. We try the long searching ball over the top. It's too far for Scott McTominay because he's too slow. Aston Villa clear the ball out. Rather pathetic throw-in from Garnacho. Does eventually find Lindelof. Lindelof has to pass the ball back again to Maguire because nobody moves in the middle. We do not have a midfield when it comes to the end of this game. We do not have a midfield. Casemiro now has got a lot of space here. Can he find a ball in behind? He's tried to find Diogo Dalot. He's got space, Diogo Dalot. It's 5-on-4 here for Man United. Can Diogo Dalot get a decent cross in? He's trying to beat the player. He goes around the outside, but he wins only the corner. Throw, in fact. Not even a corner. Throw. Diogo Dalot needed to do more there. There were players forward. Needed to do more there for United. Harry Maguire now with the ball. He's got all the space ahead of him, but no players to pass to. Passes it to Rafael Varane on his right. Rafael Varane waiting for someone to make a run. Nobody does. He passes the ball behind for Kobbie Mainoo, who's for himself a little bit of space. Kobbie Mainoo dances round two. Dalot puts the cross in. It's a goal! It's a goal! And it's the freaking sod. I saw this happening a country mile away. Oh, my God. To be fair, it's a great header. It is a brilliant header by Scott McTominay. Kobbie Mainoo making the run to actually get Man United in behind. And once again, Matty Cash is the one who's beaten. He's not had a fun day at all today. I said so. Scott McTominay gets himself in the right place. I thought it was Højlund, but it was Scott McTominay who gets the header in, puts the ball in the back of the net. Man United back in the lead, 2-1. Had to be him. It always had to be. Bloody McTominay. Oh! It's a great goal. Great little run there by Kobbie Mainoo. Dances between two players, makes it available for Diogo Dalot, who puts a beautiful cross in. And Scott McTominay wins the header. It's a great header, to be fair. It's a great header. It's a great team goal there. Rafael Varane runs a brilliant ball through to Kobbie Mainoo, who dances the ball past two, gets Diogo Dalot an easy ball to put in, puts a great cross in, and Scott McTominay finishes it off very comfortably. It's a great cross. It's a great header. And Man United back in the lead. But can they hold on? Because, we've seen Man United do worse things from this sort of time in the game. So can they actually hold on here? Ah, my word. Rudy here in the comment section saying, greetings, Mark. Love the energy, nice energy, and great to see you on screen, champion. Well, thank you very much to see you, Rudy, as well. It's been a while for me, actually. I think this is my first one for the year, which is scary. I am back. It's been a bit of a slow start of the year, but I am back here for this match here. Ding made his way on, as has Zaniolo, of course. They're trying to get a late goal here to try and equalize, at least get something out of today's game. They find themselves behind to Man United, who have once again scored a late goal in this game. Not quite extra time late, but a late goal in this game after going in the lead in the first half, but then conceding after an onslaught from Aston Villa for most of the second half. Man United eventually finding a way through, and only because somebody made a run. Hats off to Rugby Manu, eventually made a run so that we could actually play the ball in behind, because that's what United lack half the time, especially in the last 15 to 20 minutes of a game, and just don't make runs in behind. Aston Villa, though, just still finding all the space in the world in Man United's half. Man United desperately trying to make sure this ball does not come in here. Comes back to Youri Tielemans. He tries to find Moreno. It's actually Longley who's got the ball. Maguire doesn't get the best header away, but luckily not the best cross in either from Abu Diaby. Now Garnacho sprints away with the ball, but a terrible, terrible pass by Garnacho just finds Aston Villa's possession. Again, Youri Tielemans, of course, who managed to win it there. Abu Diaby now trying to take on these two. He gets past Lindelof and Garnacho, but Lindelof does manage to get back and put something on the ball. And it's a foul on Bruno Fernandes against from Luca Digne there. Bruno does brilliantly to win that free kick right there from Man United. It's appreciated well by his teammates. Digne there, very cynical, of course, of him there. Desperately trying to get the ball to see if Aston Villa can score. But Bruno Fernandes does very well to get his body between the ball and man. Wins the foul for United. And that's going to be a few more seconds chomped up, of course, in the 88th minute. I'm sure we're going to get a bit of action at a time. It's not going to be too much, I don't think. We've had only 2 goals. So I'm sure we'll probably have 4 minutes, I reckon. I don't see why we should have more than that. Maybe 5 minutes. We did have a little bit of a stoppage for a head injury. Lindelof will cut that out. He doesn't find a player, though, so Aston Villa can still come forward here with Youri Tielemans. Finds Matty Cash. Matty Cash now trying to come forward. He's not had the greatest day defensively, but offensively, he's found... Oh, my word, he's found Watkins. Watkins, though, finds Onana's chest. Onana saves it very easily. But a great cross there by Matty Cash. Could have been something for Aston Villa, but Ollie Watkins cannot go either side of the keeper. Puts it straight down the centre. Onana says, thank you very much. I'll take that right in my grasp. Sure. I think it's going to be a dramatic end to this game here. Potentially another goal. Who knows? We'll wait and see. As McTominay misses the ball there from Andre Onana's kick right up the field. Victor Lindelof's high up on Diaby. He's pulling on his shirt, just forcing the foul basically inside Aston Villa's half. And Aston Villa come away with the ball now, passing it all the way to the left here on Lingley. Can Aston Villa muster something right in these final few moments of this game? Can Man United hold on, more importantly? And Kobbie Mainoo has run a very good game today. Can he try and hold on as well for his team? See if he can get a defensive tackle in somewhere, make an interception, win the ball for his team. Douglas Luiz now, goal scorer for Aston Villa, getting them back into the game. Trying to find the right pass, not able to do so at the moment, just passing along the back of Aston Villa. Zaniolo comes forward with the ball now. Of course, the substitute passes through to Matty Cash, finds Youri Tielemans. Can the former Leicester man do something for Villa here? Not able to do so, really. Matty Cash finds Youri Tielemans again. Tielemans trying to dictate something, but can't find the ball. Tries the ball over the top. Lindelof wins the header. McTominay wins the ball after that. Then it goes to Casemiro, but Casemiro loses out. Now Aston Villa's got time in the ball. Bruno Fernandes comes back. Great tackle by Bruno Fernandes to stop the ball coming through. 6 minutes of added time. How is it 6 minutes? 6 minutes of added time here, and oh my giddy aunt. Man United making 2 substitutions. Højlund is coming off. Sofyan Amrabat is coming on in his place, as is Johnny Evans. Just waiting to see whether Johnny Evans comes on for someone. Højlund eventually gets off the field. They're just delaying a bit of time. Johnny Evans comes on also for Kobbie Mainoo. So Kobbie Mainoo, Højlund off, the 2 youngsters. And Mainoo just having a bit of a smile with the crowd there. I think Aston Villa getting a little bit upset with a slow way off the field for both players. Aston Villa now are going to have to deal with Johnny Evans and Sofian Amrabat. Quite frankly, not the most difficult to deal with. So let's see what happens right near the end. Man United have got all out defence for the last 5 minutes. Can they hold out against the Aston Villa side, who currently find themselves 5th in the Premier League, looking for the Champions League spot for next season? Here they come. Inside Man United's box. They take the shot. Onana saves on his near post. Matty Cash cannot get past the Man United keeper. Onana has been brilliant today, I will say that much. I think he's actually up there for man of the match. He has had some exceptional saves today. He's done very well most of the time. I think one loose pass, which was poor, but has otherwise been excellent today. And as I say, that nothing better than giving praise to somebody who then makes a big mistake and hits the ball straight out on the halfway line. So nonetheless, I'll still give him credit. He's been excellent today. Can he hold out? Can he keep it just at 1 goal to Aston Villa? Can Man United go on to win a 4th consecutive Premier League game? Let's find out. In the next 3 minutes, we've got 2 minutes, or 2 minutes and 40 seconds into 6 minutes of added time. Aston Villa still struggling to find their way around. Scott McTominay attempting to make himself a nuisance at the top there, not really doing so, and an easy ball to grab for Andre Onana. Just going to waste some more time as Ollie Watkins eventually makes his way around to go and force the pickup from Andre Onana so that the countdown can start with the goalkeeper to get rid of the ball. Aston Villa fans, I think they've got one more decent attack, this team here, and if they don't do anything from there, I think the game might be gone from them. The ball gets shifted right up by Andre Onana. Nobody's there for Man United to win it, but they do win the second ball. They launch it forward for Alejandro Garnacho, who's now suddenly in. He's in behind as a Garnacho, and he doesn't manage to get a decent ball away. It gets a big deflection, and now they have to go forward, Man United. They have to get back. Sofian Amrabat, I think he might make a tactical foul yet. No, he just takes some space. Clever play, just stops Aston Villa at the halfway point, waits for his players to get back. Man United now behind the ball, which is good. Still a little bit of space though in behind, unless these players can snuff it out. Bruno Fernandes trying to dictate where the defence should go. Scott McTominay making himself a nuisance, as is Johnny Evans right up the middle of the field, of course, centre-back, but coming on in the midfield, basically just acting as an extra centre-back. Sofian Amrabat now resumes that midfield role. Evans basically joins what is a back 5 for United now. There's 4 centre-backs in the field, of course, for United. Now, here comes Aston Villa. They try a ball through the middle, but it's going to come back to Douglas Luiz. And now Abu Dhabi, but Garnacho gets there in time. And now Maguire, very cleverly and with lots of composure, just dances the ball out very easily. Garnacho wins the throw-in for Man United, winning a bit more time for them to waste. Great play by the two of them. Man United still get away with it. 2 minutes remaining in this half. Can United get to the end? Come on, United. Watching that cross again from Diogo Dalot to Scott McTominay. Brilliant cross. Just find them straight there. Easy work for Scott McTominay. All he has to do is just put his head near the ball and it goes straight in. Great goal. I must say that. It was a great goal. A headed goal as well. It came from a cross, of course. But once again, not a cross from a winger. A cross from a full-back, as it always has to be for United this season for some reason. But nonetheless, we are currently in the lead. Can we hold on 1 more minute of added time? I think there'll be a little bit more because, of course, there's been some stoppages in extra time. But very much Aston Villa have got one more attack. And if they can't get it through, I think it's done. This is going to be the attack here, I think. Douglas Luiz now on the ball in the middle of the half. Finds Yuri Tillemans now finds. And they put the cross in, but it's too far. Andre Onana sits down on the ball. I think that should be the game now for Man United. That is pretty much going to make it impossible for them to lose from the situation. 30 seconds remaining. Maguire's asking about it. Onana is going to try and chop out as much time as he possibly can. He's going to hit this as far up the field as he can as well. And Ten Hag pointing as to where he wants the ball, which is the far side. He actually wants it on the far left, not up the middle. He was a little bit disappointed with that. Maguire wins the header, though. Garnacho is also going to get to that ball. Great play by Garnacho. Just needs to waste time here, does Garnacho. Plays it back to Victor Lindelof. He plays it through to Casemiro. Casemiro dances past one and wins the foul. That will be the game. Man United have won this game. It's not quite blown yet, but Man United have secured victory. Aston Villa know now they can't win it. Casemiro's going to waste some time on the floor here after that foul. Man United doing very well to go on and win this game, having got into the lead, giving away the lead, and now back into the lead, of course, near the end. 87th minute, that goal was scored. They've survived an extra 10 minutes after that, and they will win a 4th successive game, and against Aston Villa, currently in 5th place, which means they're closer to that 5th place spot and closer to the Champions League as well. Referee blows his whistle. Final score, Man United 2, Aston Villa 1. Come on, United. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Of course, it's been fantastic doing this game here for you. And apologies for the break in commentary in the first few minutes of the game, or the first 20 minutes of the game. But nonetheless, we eventually got it sorted. It's been great having you guys all alongside before this game. Man United win a fourth successive game. They now move up in the score for the table in the Premier League. They now move up to 38 points, 41 points. Only 5 points behind Villa now, who are in fifth. Villa now do not go back into fourth position. They've lost their fourth position and Champions League place to Tottenham Hotspur this weekend, which means Man United are only 6 points away from the Champions League. 6 points away, not too far now. Can they do it? That's the big questions. Guys, we're going to head on to a review right now. Thank you guys so much for watching on Forever Sports. This has been Forever Football, and my name is Mark. Thank you so much. As Reece says, United, United.